Hello everyone and welcome to the second episode of Conscious Creativity United Through Uniqueness by World Consciousness Alliance. My name is Petra and I will be your host today. So in this episode I would love to present you an amazing young artist. She is a designer, she is a singer, she is a healer, but above all she is a kind and compassionate human being. Her life is all about living ahimsa or complete non-violence. Her name is Pravani. We love to call her Privsy, and today in a casual conversation/interview with Privsy, we will discuss about creativity in a context of how important it is to allow your creativity to flow for your inner development, for living your true nature, and how does that affect society in general. We will talk about the value of perseverance, of persevering to see goodness in all people. Is it a challenge? How it helps us on our life path? You will have the opportunity to hear and to see for the first time their music video and their song that's called Ain't Going Back. Privsy made it with her music partner and friend Genetic. He's a rapper and an amazing person. And lots more because she's full of surprises and wisdom and just beautiful energy and voice. So stay tuned and let's go hang out with Privsy.
Petra, I really appreciate this.
Thank you for joining us, and we are really, really honored. I heard your song, yours and Eugene's song. I was blown away, and it's still in my head all the time. It's still in my heart, and I'm singing it all day, almost all day. So it's something that really speaks about the authentic experience and these emotions, and of course the beat is amazing, and your voice is amazing, and his rapping is amazing. So it's a combination of the best
really amazing things.
Could you please say something about yourself? I know you're a designer, you're creating your own fashion line.
Yes.
Singing. You're a my tree healer.
I am.
You're promoting veganism and ahimsa as a complete non-violence. So tell us something about your life.
Sure. I always say to people, I will be attending the University of Life all through my days. I don't think we can stop exploring and delving deeper into who we are and getting to know ourselves better. And everything you've listed they're just expressions of a girl, of a person who is filled with love and compassion and wants to express herself in whatever way that may manifest. And so right now, that is definitely a design collection that I'm launching. I'm working on a sustainable brand and collection as well. I sing just because I enjoy it. It brings me joy, and I think what makes me even happier is when I receive feedback like I just have from you. The healing is an exceptionally important component or aspect of my life as well. And that happens through many different forms. And so, yeah, they're just different expressions and different roles. But at the end of the day, if I had to sum it up, I'm somebody who wants to continue learning, expressing myself in ways that are meaningful and authentic. And I mean, I can't promise you that next year, if we sit down to talk, that may sound completely different to what it does right now. And that excites me. That makes me really excited for the future.
That's actually something that we should all be aware of, to be open for our talents to just emerge from ourselves. Because a lot of times I hear people having an excuse, I'm not a creative person, or I don't have time, or I don't have skills. But how do you feel about creativity in general, the importance of creativity for an individual, and of course, how does it apply to the society? In a context, is it really, do you think that it's important to allow yourself to be creative and to be that, let's say, child, when we were playing and nothing around us existed, it was just us focusing on the world, and we enjoyed every step of the moment of the process.
Petra, I think it's crazy important. And the reason I say that is because I'm not of the belief, actually, that creativity is reserved for a select few individuals. I believe that creativity lies within each of us innately. And it's a choice whether we choose to discover and explore what that is within us. And the choice of not doing that means that we lose out an opportunity to know ourselves better. Our creative expressions and pursuits may manifest differently per individual, but at the end of the day, it all comes from the same space. And personally, when I create whatever it is, I even create in the kitchen. I think we all do. It's for my own enjoyment first and foremost. So it's what excites me, it's what brings me joy. And through that sort of authenticity or truth, it has a way of moving people. It has a way of expressing love, of bringing joy, of uplifting. Creativity can also be very important catalysts for change. So in terms of how it can change people or how important it is for our development, it really is a space that we all have the opportunity to tap into. And if we don't do that, we're missing out on something that already exists within us.
That's actually the way I feel, and I would really love for so many people to hear you and your voice. We will have an opportunity to hear your song later and to feel what I feel right now. And that's the beauty of creativity and of art, especially music. It really touches a lot of hearts, and it's like a universal language for humankind.
And it's also, I think through expressing ourselves, creativity, it's an opportunity to be or to have the experience of the feeling of being limitless. And I say that because there actually is no right or wrong. There isn't creating something that is correct or incorrect. And so through that, it's a very freeing and liberating experience. And, the interesting part about it is that I think it was fear that held me back for many, many years. It was following pursuits where I knew I would have stability and security in terms of a monthly paycheck and a profession where I knew I would always be marketable. And choosing to leave all of that after 13, 14 years and start afresh was, yes, very liberating, very freeing. But the biggest thing that it did for me was it really broke down a lot of barriers and fears that I had about whether I would be able to do this. Am I good enough to do this? Are people going to enjoy, accept what it is I have to create and what it is I can put out into the world? And that's why I say it's so important to start with yourself. You start by following, the intuition that you have. There's just a very natural energy and a flow that takes place. And for as long as you're true to that, it will work. There may be struggle along the way. In fact, I guarantee that there will be struggle along the way. But, that's where your perseverance, your grit, your conviction comes into play. Because the only person that you can be true to, really true to, or where you should start, is with yourself. And from there, all relationships, all interactions flow very naturally from that space.
You just explained the concept of conscious creativity united to uniqueness without me even having to, explain it to you or making an introduction or anything. And it's amazing. Yes, I totally agree. That's exactly what all of us should realize. We should give us a chance to explore the depths of our creativity, to face whatever we need to face with, and to express it to the world without caring about how other people value our work, how they, what they think about our work, but just enjoy every moment of the process, be present at every step of creating whatever it is you're creating or expressing. And that's actually also a great exercise of conscious living, being present in a moment.
There's something very beautiful that happens when you give yourself permission to follow that path or to tap into your creativity, whatever you want to call it. And why I say give ourselves permission is because I believe that we often stop ourselves from doing things. It's not really because we have been judged or criticized. We stop before that. We stop because of the fear of the unknown. And so once you do allow yourself to be in that space, it flows very naturally from there. Very often, I believe that the creativity is just channeled through me and I am an instrument. Honestly, I think the best work that I create, either musically or when it comes to my designs, or just ideas and visions that I have for what I want to do, that often comes to me in a space of meditation or a space when I'm not actively thinking about something or trying to do something, but I'm allowing myself to become a vessel for that type of creativity to flow through. And my biggest ideas and my greatest inspirations have come from that space. So in all honesty, I feel like it's not even coming from me.
I think that's the purest way actually of creative expression, when you let the divine flow through you and when you just, everything that you do, you surrender to divine, and that's like the highest level. So thank you for sharing this with us. And when you mentioned music, when you're creating music, we prepared a video, we made a video with your song. Actually, it was your partner Eugene, or his artistic name was Genetic. He wrote the lyrics, and you helped him with your beautiful voice and with your energy to enrich that song. So tell us something about how this came to life, your story, how you met Eugene, to try to tell in your own words who is Eugene and what was the inspiration behind Ain't Going Backward. That's the name of the song.
It would be an absolute pleasure and an honor for me to do so. I've yet to meet somebody like Eugene. He inspired me endlessly. So as much as I'm on the track, this track was written by him in entirety. We found the beat together with, there were three of us, Isso, Privs, and Genetics. So those are our performance names. And we found, like I said, we found the beat together, and then we worked. We worked on that song day and night. It was an absolute passion project. I had a full-time job at the time. Eugene, we had started, Isso and I had started an Ayurvedic center in Johannesburg. And so that was running a full-time business. And Eugene had actually joined us as a gardener for the Ayurvedic center. He is Zimbabwean. His name is Eugene Ngwenya, and he came to South Africa with very, very, very little. We got to know him because he was on the premises living with us, and we became friends first before one evening we just heard him sort of humming and singing to himself outside, and it sounded beautiful. It sounded really, really good. And more than that, we could tell that it was an original song, that, it was not something that we recognized. And there was such a metamorphosis, and this did not happen overnight, but we then got him a guitar, and we encouraged him to spend time focusing on his writing, on his lyrics on the weekends when the center was, far quieter. And what happened over the next couple of months is that we would all get together after hours and in the studio, in the yoga studio in the Ayurvedic center, we'd work on songs together. And he just blossomed so naturally from that point. literally all it was just giving him the space or the opportunity to start creating. And it happened very, very quickly. The song Ain't Going Back, this does not come from anything but his absolute struggles, hardships, and the realities that he's faced in life. I think it is such an impactful song because anybody who listens to it can relate to it. It can relate to any life experience where you felt that, you were swimming against the current, that it was an uphill battle, but you chose to get up at the end of the day. Eugene has been through a number of challenging life experiences, and they haven't stopped. I believe he's still going through very, very challenging times. But he channeled these hardships into a creative form that could express it, as well as help others by motivating them, keeping them inspired, and saying, you know what, there is no end until there's an absolute end. We still have the chutzpah to get up and to keep moving. And it's important to remain committed to the things that you truly believe in. It's important to believe that there is an ebb and flow to life quite naturally. And so whenever things feel like they're at rock bottom, there will always be an upward curve. And, there were things that he started to do, like he started to meditate, and musically, he just started to open up so much more once he did that, and followed a path that I believe has really altered his life. And fortunately, we were there to join him on this journey. And so I've always loved to sing. I really, really have. Whether I thought I would record a song, never. But it was genuinely a growth experience for all of us. And just I'm really happy to have put something like that out for people to listen to, connect with, and be moved and inspired by.
Well, I was listening for the song for over and over and over again. I felt definitely the authenticity and the truth behind the lyrics. Felt that he really did go through all of this. It's not something usually today in this world of music and production. A lot of things are fake. A lot of things are coming from ego. His song, his lyrics, his way of opening up, of living through a transformation, opening up, it's such an inspiration. We are so honored to contribute in such a small way, just making a video. But if we are able to reach other people's heart, and if his song, will inspire others to follow his footsteps, to open up, to persevere, it's an amazing thing. And I especially love those lyrics. While the boys puff on green trees, I'm connecting direct. It's so cool. I'm imagining, I'm a visual type. I'm immediately imagining some guys like smoking and like he's meditating and he's in a complete bliss.
It was taking pain, and when I sang the song, I connected with my own life experiences, and when he wrote and performed the song, he connected to his, and our experiences are vastly different, but there's a commonality in the fact that we've both experienced struggle and we've both experienced pain, and I believe everybody has. And so it was converting, and I believe there's a quote by Mohanji where he speaks about any pain being converted to, can be converted into a purpose. And that's exactly what the song is about. It was pain that was channeled into something that then sounded fun and could be uplifting, and you could bop your head to, but you could really connect to it as well emotionally. From your own experiences. So that's how you turn something that's painful into something that's beautiful.
Can I ask you something? Please. Can you sing that part where it goes, look into my eyes and see?
Yeah, sure.
I love that part. That's my favorite part. I would love to hear you sing it.
Okay, here it goes. Look into my eyes, you'll see they tell a long story to hear, but I never even shed a tear. Standing here, I can see getting closer to my dreams, and I'm never going back no more. I ain't going back, no, back, no, back, no. I ain't going back, no, back, no, back, no. I ain't going back, no, I ain't going back.
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's almost like on a record. I mean, I can't feel the difference. I can't hear the difference. That's
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you.
Can you reimagine our world where everyone is connected with their true nature, where every human being is free to express their own creativity, their own talents, their own skills in a most positive and uplifting way? What world? How would that world look to you? What do you think? What do you feel?
The sound of that is already making me smile. I believe it would be a world where of authenticity, of truth, of creation, you know, a world where I had mentioned earlier that feeling of being limitless or being free, because we box it inside very often. Like I said, I don't believe that it's only certain people that have a gift or a talent. We all have it, and they're different talents, yes, but in a world where we are supported and it's not drummed into us at a very young age that you need to follow a certain path and you require stability and you require all of these things, but rather to say, what do you feel? What do you want to express? And what feels good to you? What comes naturally to you? That is a world where it will unite and we will be able to express ourselves with joy and with love. There's no restrictions and there's no barriers, you know. It's a world also of acceptance, because we're all created so differently, and I can only imagine that if we're then allowed to express ourselves fully, that's a very eclectic, diverse and loveful world.
That means no prejudice, that means no borders, that means no separation, no alienation. That means we are all one through our creative expressions, through our true nature. That means peace, actually. That means love.
Absolutely. Unity and acceptance means all of those things, right? Anything that unites us, it breaks down cultural barriers, it breaks down religious barriers. There's no hatred, there's no anger. So, you know, everything that we experience in the world right now that is negative or heavy stems from fears, from anger, from excluding others, from being prejudiced. So yes, absolutely. We should all reimagine that world together.
That's actually what World Consciousness Alliance stands for. So we are a group of people from all around the world connected to one purpose, higher purpose and vision. And we are trying to remind the humanity in this world of how beautiful it can be if we could only share a little bit more of kindness, compassion, and selflessness. So the world already knows that, we just need to remind the world. And I would love to invite you. I would love to see you with us. I would love to invite everyone who feels the same as we do to join our family, to join our platform, to be able to express also their talents, their skills, to contribute in any way, you know, they feel like. It's actually an amazing feeling. You are a volunteer also. It's an amazing feeling when you are working or sharing with a higher purpose, connected through people that you never thought you will meet, and you're sharing the same passion, spreading light in this world.
Absolutely. I do believe that my personal values and beliefs are 100% aligned to what the World Consciousness Alliance is trying to bring about in the world. So I'm also looking forward to that. And yes, it's just we know when we experience resistance, when energetically something doesn't feed us, when it drains us more than energizes us. And that for me is the true barometer. Anything that uplifts me, that gets me energized, that gets me going, I know it's good for me. And I think the more and more we can encourage people to follow that sort of North Star or compass, the more light will be spread in the world just by virtue of that.
I would say, if you agree, let's watch your new video that we made for your song, and we'll sing, we'll dance, we'll write, we'll draw, we'll do whatever we want to do to express ourselves. We will spread the light together. We will, knit the network of artists together, and we will make a positive change. We already are making a positive change into this world, but together we can really do huge transformations.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the video. Thank you so much for putting our voices into something that I'm sure is going to look beautiful. And yes, every act of change, every act that we decide to do, it indelibly alters time and space. And for me, that's such a special feeling, because you're changing the universe. The universe records every action. And when you choose to create something, you're spreading beauty into the world. And it's never the same with each moment that passes with this interview and the words and the energy that we've just shared in the space. We've altered time and space, and that is exceptionally powerful. So yeah, let's watch it.
Wonder how you got here. Looking back and forth and wonder if you'll ever get there. So I left my homies, took my own path, now I'm here. 10 steps forward, but I don't know if I'm near yet. Never going back, never wanna live the life again. When I used to wish and God would back, wake up and wish again. When I used to fight and lose peace with my own self. When I used to hustle harder every day and get less. Never happy, I'm chasing a dream. It's so play the beats before I lay my hands on it. Burn some incense, let's talk to the silence. Yeah, right, we meditate, just in case you wonder what it is that make me high. While the boys pop on green trees, I'm connecting direct. Then I spit my rhymes, spit my heart out to the world. Feeling confident, I ain't going back to those days. And no way back, I'm wearing my armor, proves the way I act.
We came a long way to here. We earned a lot of scars to hear. The road was not so clear.
Yeah.
Look into my eyes and see.
I see.
They tell a long story to hear, but I never even shed a tear.
I ain't shed a tear. No.
Standing here I can see, getting closer to my dream, and I'm never going back no more.
No.
I ain't going back.
No. No.
Back.
No.
I ain't going back.
No. No.
Back.
No.
I ain't going back.
No. No. No.
I ain't going back.
Let's go.
See, struggle taught me how to be stronger. I'm a soldier. See, my hands are torn. I've been bleeding so heavily. I am not a murderer. I've been working so hard every day, every day. See, struggle taught me how to be stronger. I'm a soldier. See, my hands are torn. I've been bleeding so heavily. I am not a murderer. I've been working so hard every day, every day.
Like that, and everyone who got money is happy. It's scary. Money got my brothers killing each other. It's crazy how many dreams abandoned while you're chasing the wrong things. How many regrets are gonna haunt you? You feel me? Life hit me hard. Got the haters smiling. I always got back up. So I picked up the mic. Said I said the worst. Now let the glory be mine. I see them wonder how. Why don't they just let me shine? I got them scars. Now I'm not gangster. Never committed murder. While they're pointing the fingers at me, I'm not guilty. I've been working hard. I keep my head high. Got my hands to the sky. I'm never looking back. No, no, no. Ain't not going back. No.
Wow, I actually found myself in those lyrics quite a few times. I mean, I connected through my experience, with those lyrics, and it is amazing. So thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to be your host, to meet you, to exchange your energy. You are a teacher also. You know that. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but you have that potential in you. I mean, you have that energy and you have that wisdom, and I really am honored, that you were my guest, and this is my first time as a host also. So I broke my own barriers.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to meeting Eugene. I have no words to describe, how great balanced the two of you are in the song. And
thank you so much. I really enjoyed this. We created the song quite a few years ago, and so to go back to those feelings associated with it and the experiences, and we were talking about creativity uniting people. Eugene and I are as close as family can be, and this was somebody who I did not know, he did not know me, and our instant connection was through music. And now our bond, let's say 5 or 6 years later, as I'm saying to you, is that of family. So it really does have the power to unite people. We're from different countries. We have different racial backgrounds. We have different religious beliefs. We have different, maybe now more common spiritual practices, different languages, and it has brought us together, and I'm ever so grateful for it. So I hope you guys keep listening to our track and you share it widely and you enjoy it. Most importantly, that it resonates with you and you enjoy it. So much love to everybody, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. With this, I would like to conclude this episode. Please stay tuned for our next episode of Conscious Creativity United Through Uniqueness. We will be bringing some new artists, really talented young people with all sorts of life experiences and skills, to share with you and to inspire you also to be creative, whatever you want to express within yourself. So thank you once again. It's been an honor.